Have you ever wondered why it's so hard for people in poverty to break out of it? Why someone who earns less often ends up paying more for everything? In this video, we are going to talk about something rarely discussed: the hidden cost of being poor. We will break down how low income leads to worse financial outcomes, why saving is so much harder, and how the system often penalizes those who can't afford to play the long game. And don't worry, we are not here to blame or shame anyone. This is about understanding the system, so we can work towards a solution. Or at the very least, stop judging people for not being able to just save more. Let's get started. Section 1. Cheap isn't always cheap. When you don't have much money, you're often forced to buy the cheapest option. But the cheapest option can be the most expensive in the long run. For example, you buy a $20 pair of shoes, because you can't afford the $80 one. But those $20 shoes fall apart in 3 months, so you keep buying new ones. After a year, you've spent more than what you would have on a better quality pair, but you never had that money upfront. This applies to clothes, appliances, tools, furniture, even cars. Buying an all-used car for cheap might feel like a win, but if it breaks down constantly, you will spend more on repairs than someone who got a newer, more reliable car. When you are poor, you are often forced to make short-term decisions, and the long-term costs add up. Section 2. No access to bulk or discount buying. Buying in bulks is one of the best ways to save money. But what if you can't buy 10 kilos of rice at once, or a family-sized pack of toilet paper, or a year-long bus pass? If you have only $20 left for that week, you're going to buy what you can afford right now, even if that means paying more per unit. You miss out on deals, discounts, and long-term savings, because you simply don't have the liquidity to take advantage of them. Even worse, sometimes stores in lower-income neighborhoods charge more for basic products, because they know the people there don't have many options or access to transportation to shop elsewhere. Section 3. Predatory financial services. When you don't have good credit score, a stable job, or financial safety net, you're locked out of the good financial products, so you get pushed towards predatory options. We are talking payday loans with 300% interest, buy now, pay later traps, overdraft fees that spiral out of control, rent-to-own furniture stores that charge double over time, or even subprime car loans with crazy interest rates. In the long run, being poor means you pay more for access to money, even though you have less to begin with. Section 4. Health cost and time poverty. Another hidden cost of poverty: your health and time. Health. You can't afford a dentist or regular doctor visits. Small problems become big problems. Tooth pain becomes an emergency. A minor condition becomes chronic. And the cost of those emergencies, huge. Poor diet, stress, lack of sleep, all leads to worse health outcomes, which leads to lost income, time off work, and more expenses. Time poverty. When you don't have money, you often don't have time either. You work multiple jobs, you take long commutes because you can't afford to live near work, you spend hours managing bills manually or finding small savings. The rich buy back time, the poor spend every spare moment trying to stretch pennies. And time is a cost. Time you don't spend learning, resting, planning, or simply living. Section 5. The cost of missed opportunities. Here's one that's not easy to measure, but incredibly powerful. When you are poor, you miss opportunities. You can't afford to move for a better job. You can't pay for that course that would have leveled you up. You don't have the margin to take a risk or start a business. You can't buy assets because everything goes to survival. These missed chances for growth, for wealth building, for networking, they cost more than we think. And this is why escaping poverty is so hard. Because poverty doesn't just mean you have less money. It means you have less access to the tools to create more money. Section 6. What can be done? If you are currently struggling financially, here's what I want you to hear. It's not your fault, but it's your fight. And the more you understand the hidden traps, the better equipped you are to start escaping them. Small wins matter. Try to build small buffers. Even $20 per month in a saving account gives you more options than zero. Learn to play the game. Understand credit. Look for free banks. Avoid payday loans at all costs. Track your spending. Many people underestimate how much small purchases add up. Once you have clarity, you have the power. Ask for help. There are often resources in communities like food banks, support programs, job training. Use them without shame. And finally, when things do improve for you, remember this knowledge. Because financial education is one of the most powerful things you can pass on to others. The hidden costs of being poor aren't just financial. They are emotional, physical, and generational. But talking about them is the first step to changing them. If this video opened your eyes a little bit, please like, share and subscribe. Not just for yourself, but to spread awareness and education. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.